Hey everybody, welcome to the Mark Z Drumcast on a Wednesday. Hold on a second. How is everybody doing today? Hold on, let me just do this real quick. I am doing okay. Let's say I'm doing okay because I'm doing okay. But what happens is some things are not really working out, and that's okay because sometimes things just don't work out. Or sometimes things take a little more or longer. This is all a process, right? This is all a process. What's up, everybody? As I show how I'm not ready for prime time, this is the Mark Z Drumcast. I have a new look. Not loving it so far, but listen, it's because I have a new camera. First of all, let me start off the show correctly, okay? Welcome to the Mark Z Drumcast. My name is Mark Zapata. I am the owner and founder of Mark Z Drums and the host of the Mark Z Drumcast. Coming to you on this beautiful Wednesday. Okay, it's getting crisper outside, cooler, and I like it. I'm ready for the fall/winter. We had a false winter start recently, and then it got warm all week. So it's probably going to get cold again and dip down. But that's okay. It is what it is. So today, we have a new camera that we're trying out right now. And still working on the settings, but I have it all set up. I have it connected to my ATEM Mini. What camera is it, you ask? It is the Zoom QN. No, it is the Zoom Q8N 4K camera. And yes, I did have to look for the model number real quick. But this is the camera. Now, I like how saturated the colors are. But again, lighting continues to be an issue. I might even go back to the old fluorescent lighting I had with the big light boxes. I think I liked the light better then. But listen, it is, like I said, a work in progress. Always trying to make the Drumcast better. Now, this camera is a loaner from the owner and founder of the Drinking with Friends podcast with Dan, Ben, and Mark, of which I am the Mark, and I am one of the hosts of the podcast. I edit the podcast. I am the primary talent of the podcast. I provide the funny, the interesting, the humor, and the buttery smooth voice part of the podcast. But of course, I'm kidding. Everybody is really fun and great. And listen, it's a podcast where two very good friends of mine, all right, I'll admit it, my two best friends and I are kind of recreating our childhood because we spent a lot of time drinking beer together, experimenting with alcohol together when we were younger, and playing music together. And that really is the entire idea of the podcast. We talk music. We drink alcohol. We try beers. We try liquors. We try to educate people about what they're drinking, what's out there, what's good, the differences between the different spirits, between the different beers, alcoholic beverages, what have you. But anyway, we bring that childhood friendship onto the show. And to get back to my point, that's where this camera came from. Dan tasked me with learning about this camera, trying it out, getting to know it. It's a really great camera. I think it looks great, and this particular model has a microphone module that is interchangeable. So depending on what kind of microphone you need for the situation, you can get a Zoom microphone that will work on this camera and will interchange with the existing to get great sound. Now, right now I'm using my lavalier mic through my A10 Mini, and I'm only using this camera as a webcam, but you can do great video recordings on it and great audio recordings. It's also got 2 external XLR inputs that will be saved to separate files so that you could use the main mic module that is attached to the camera, and then 2 external audio sources. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as you can input into the camera with XLR. It doesn't matter what the audio source is, and then you could mix it later. In post, takes a micro USB card, and yeah, really, really good stuff. It has a data port, which I believe is USB-C, where you can go directly into your computer and then use any streaming service or conferencing software and use this as your webcam and microphone at the same time. So it's great for podcasting, it's great for meetings, it's great for online drum lessons, or any kind of lessons. Any kind of online conferencing, this is a great camera for. Now again, I don't love the way it looks right now, but I'm having some color issues with, and think about it this way, right? When you put together a studio like this, you have the ATEM mini video switch, which has its own settings and color adjustments. Then I'm going through OBS, which is a streaming software, which has its own set of settings for output, audio and video for both recording and streaming. So there's a lot to learn, and I'm still working on it. And then the camera itself has settings. I might have gone a little dark with the camera settings, but it should be auto adjusting to the lighting in the room. And, you know, I think I got it looking pretty decent after a little bit of finagling. But I also have a Canon EOS Rebel, which kind of looks the same way when I set it up as a webcam, and it's supposed to be a really good camera for webcams. So I might need to bring in an expert, right? I may need to enlist the help of an expert. Okay, so here's the other thing that I will tell you. Okay, there is a new episode dropping tomorrow of the Drinking with Friends podcast with Dan, Ben, and Mark. It's our holiday party episode in the bunker. You know, every company, or most companies, have holiday parties, and it's where you get to drink and be inappropriate with your coworkers, and that's basically what we were doing. We were drinking and being inappropriate with our coworkers, who happen to be our very good friends. So that's going to drop tomorrow. I'm editing it. It's mostly done. I'll be editing it tomorrow. And here's the other bit of news, right? I have a couple of reviews because, like I said, here on the Mark Z Drumcast, it's not all about drums. It's mostly about drums, but you get weather reports, you get life lessons, you get movie reviews, you get video game reviews, television show reviews, you know, coffee reviews, beer reviews, like anything you get here. So I will tell you this. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. I'm just playing through the campaign now. because the campaign will get me familiar enough with the game and all of the gadgets that I could use. That's basically what the campaign for modern day video games are for, so that you can learn the game so you can jump into multiplayer, because that's the big thing, and it's been for years, multiplayer. So the campaign is a great way for you to get used to and understand the workings of the game before you jump into multiplayer and get absolutely annihilated by 6-year-olds. But anyway, the campaign is super fun. It is challenging without being too challenging. The maps are incredible. There are so many different ways to approach any given mission in the game, which I love. And there's lots of goodies to find. As long as I've been playing games, I've always been the guy that looks behind every corner, looks in every nook and cranny in the game, hoping to find something, and it doesn't even matter what it is. So games like that, I enjoy even more so. And this game has a lot of really cool, just loot to find, and weapons, and gadgets, and ammunition, and armor, and all kinds of things you can find all throughout the game. So as I am progressing through the campaign, through the mission, I can satisfy that urge of mine to go searching around and find cool stuff. All right, so really good. I'll give it well, I haven't played the whole game yet, so I don't want to really give it a rating, but the campaign so far is excellent, really holding my attention, super fun to play, but like I said, very challenging at the same time. It's not just a shooter, it's a strategy game. There's a lot of strategy involved. There's different ways, like I said, you can approach any given mission, any given problem within the game, and that makes for really good replayability and a lot of fun. So I'll give it 2 thumbs up so far. And movies. We spoke about this film on the latest episode that's up now of the Drinking with Friends podcast. That is Godzilla -1. Go see it. I don't know how long it's going to be in the theaters. I know it had a limited run in the U.S., but the reception was so strong that they did extend it, but I'm not sure by how long they extended the run. So if you have a chance to go see it, go see it. I don't think it matters if you are a big Godzilla fan or not. If you remember Godzilla growing up, this film is just really great, interesting, really heartfelt, strong emotions happening in this film. Great action, terrifying Godzilla stuff, and it's really aces in my book. 2 thumbs up for that film. Go see it while you can. Okay, so as I continue my journey through my teaching life, my teaching career, it's always good, often challenging, sometimes frustrating, but always rewarding. And the more bands I have, the more drama I have, the more issues pop up, but that's why I'm there. That's what I'm here for. So all good in the neighborhood. My newest student band seems to be coming along. They seem to be getting it together. We just need a couple of my students to start to listen and believe in the experienced people that are there to direct them and guide them and help them. And so, having said that, I don't want to. We're not going to talk too much about that, because you know why? Because I spent the last Drumcast, the impromptu Drumcast, Hold on, let me just find some music here. Um, oh, okay, so this is updated. Good. I'm glad I have this up there. The impromptu podcast, Drumcast, I'm sorry, that came up, and I talked a lot about my students, but I don't want to talk about my students right now. What I want to talk about is what is coming up. I mentioned that the Drinking with Friends podcast with Dan, Ben, and Mark, which is available on anywhere you get your podcasts. I mentioned the holiday party we had, really great time. So obviously the holidays are upon us. And what I do every year, have been doing for the past bunch of years, is doing holiday drum covers. You might have seen a post on across my socials of me doing a little Wizards in Winter by Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I was doing a couple of Trans-Siberian Orchestra songs, and then this year especially, really feeling the season, and some of my student bands are performing holiday shows, so we've been choosing Christmas songs for them to play, and it's been really, really fun. So I think I'm going to expand outside of Trans-Siberian, because Trans-Siberian held a huge appeal for me because, number one, their show is unbelievable. If you have not seen Trans-Siberian Orchestra live, please go if you can. And at the very least, go online and watch a show on YouTube maybe, or anywhere you can find their live performance, because it is incredible. It's not like being there, but you'll get a sense. And if you decide to watch them on YouTube first, that might prompt you to go ahead and go live, because it's really an incredible show. It's a beautiful show. It's a very emotional show. It gives you lots of feels. It's uplifting. I cannot say enough about it. I enjoy it every time I go. So besides Trans-Siberian Orchestra, because it has a hard rock to metal edge to it with these Christmas songs, which is why I chose them, I'm going to be choosing some more traditional holiday songs. Some maybe contemporary classics, songs that are not old Christmas songs, but are newer Christmas songs that are somewhat contemporary and have become Christmas staples over the years. There's a lot of great songs, and in trying to choose songs with my student bands, I was just made aware of how many great Christmas and holiday songs there are that are not just the classics that I grew up on, but younger generations have a whole new class of Christmas classics that they will remember fondly, like I do the ones that I grew up with. So we're going to be doing some of that stuff. And maybe I'll even give you a sample. Let's see. Yeah, we'll give you a sample before we go. Because really, this is really just a sample of the camera and talking about what's going on here. So let me see. Let me see. So much fun. That is just a sample. I've not really worked on that song, but it is a super fun song. And there's plenty more where that came from. Lots of fun to play. And I will work out all the kinks and get all the songs down. But if you have any requests, I will open up the holiday drum cover request to non-Patreon subscribers. And we can take a consensus and see what everybody would like to hear and see me perform for Christmas. We have some time, but I want to start to roll them out over the next couple of days. So I want to thank you all for coming. Have a wonderful holiday, although I will see you on Friday. And yeah, please drop a like. Subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. Check out my older holiday drum covers. It'll be fun to see where Mark Z Drums has come from over the years. The different studios at Mark Z Drums that I have inhabited and recorded from. And so have a great holiday. Mark Z Drums across all platforms. Thank you so much for checking me out and tuning in and saying hello. And I will catch you on Friday. Have a good one.